Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here? Nani?
But let's talk about Super real quick. Actually, and while I'm here, let me do this shit right too. So Super, the show I swore off of. Why, you might ask? Because they don't give my boy Vegeta the respect he deserves. They don't show me no respect. No respect. Vegeta has been patiently waiting for his moment of truth. He learned a whole new technique, got better than Goku. He got good, and they stagged my man's out. And I swore I wouldn't watch DBS, but here I am talking about it now. So basically, I think it's also strange that Miris and Moro have the same name, but Miris was the angel, and he died. Basically, and one thing, if you're gonna die, kill the baddie. Goku and Miris. This is the equivalent of like, my guy. If you're dying already, just go ahead, take the bad guy with you. But Miris, and I'm okay with Miris dying in this way. The thing I'm not okay with is the implications. Like, so basically, if he was going to die for the planet, at least make it so that his death is like eventful. Because the way it looks right now, it look like Goku about to jag this. And this is why I came back, because it looks like they're gonna give Goku isn't going to kill Moro. And I'm kind of confused by this, because he starts the fight off by ripping, like saying, I'm doing this to protect the galaxy. Right now, I am fighting for the galaxy, or whatever the patrol thing is. And this is character growth, I think so, because Goku always fights for fun. He rarely fights to win. He was even about to let Frieza walk off the planet. Like, this is definitely outside of his character. But the thing that's messing with me is like, okay, you just had this major transformation. You've now completed Omen. You're fighting on the gods level. You're getting praise from Beerus. And as everything's going great, everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden, and you beat this man. And of course, sorry again, spoilers. And instead of you finishing him with the final blow, we saw this in Resurrection F. And I think it's really cheeky that they showed Vegeta recovering and like sort of like getting himself together, because I feel like he could swoop in and finish this fight. But don't just kill him. This dude was locked up for 10 million years. There's no good in him. The boos made sure, just finish him, kill him. But for some strange reason, dumb Goku about to appear. He tore off the seal and said, "Oh, I'm gonna finish him as an Earthling." What does that mean? It's either Drago's state of mind. If he dies, he dies. You feel me? But stupid Goku might be on the way. Might let this man up. Might let this man live. And give him a second chance. And I think it's pretty interesting that Beerus and company are there, because once again, an angel did die on this planet. So somebody's about to have to go talk to the Grand Priest about this. And if Goku's not careful, he might have to explain why he constantly interferes with events that are beyond his comprehension. An angel dying is not a good thing, period. So, but basically he beats the dog crap out of Moro, and but the dip. Hold on. not color back. Sorry. He beats the dog crap out of Morrow. And God of High School. So I just the God of High School. You want to know what ruined that for me? The anime art style. I didn't fall in love with it. I did enjoy the first season in the comic book, and I kind of felt like the story was moving to an ultimate height. But like after the final battle, to see like to kind of see the drastic like direction they were going, I was like, wow, okay, so there's more. Shit gets realer. Got it. Cool. But what ended up happening for me was sort of the opposite. Like, I got into this mindset where I was like, I expected them to do so much more with what they were given, based on what they were given in the comic book. In the manga, I just didn't expect it to come out like that. So it kind of turned me off. Sort of like how this over-sexualization in Fire Force kind of turned me off. Like, Fire Force 1 has a very great, really good music soundtrack, and just great music composition with the whole trumpets and orchestra build-up, and this soulful sound. But for the love of me, it was just the cat girl, and I'm happy they never did it with Maki, but it was just kind of, it was more than uncomfortable in times, because it was just like, you have such a great story here, and this is another thing that irritates me. When your story isn't that good, and then you just over rely on it, that's a triggering thing for me. That's like a mental note for me, because it's a sign of laziness in your writing. Because really, Fire Force's story gets scattered in season 2. They start introducing more pillars. They start introducing new mechanics, and these mechanics don't keep up. These ideas don't stick. So if I start poking holes in your stuff, and as I'm poking holes in them, instead of you using the time to like solidify your story and make it make sense, you're poking fun at a girl who randomly loses her clothes. And I made it in the manga to the point where she gets they explain this away, but then like 2 chapters later it still happens. So did she grow? Did we grow? Did we learn anything? And I don't know, it just didn't sit well with me. And upon listening to the first option, the first version of this podcast, I noticed that not the podcast, but the first version of the stream where I was talking about the review from the Rise of the Ninja Turtle, I'll just redo it again, because honestly, it didn't come out very clear. So but what else did I talk about? Oh yeah, we talked about the PS5. So let's put that on the record real quick, because I know that didn't come out clear. So the PS5 came out, and me gosh. This is the real console war for me, is if I'm going to get whatever the Nintendo product is, in addition to the PS5 product I'm going to get. I've been a PS baby since I was a baby. I've had every PlayStation except for the Vita. Every PlayStation has graced my hand, though. Product has graced my hand. And the question has never been, am I going to get an Xbox or PlayStation? It's always been, am I going to get whatever the Nintendo product is in addition? I'm not a big game type person, but I do have games that I thoroughly enjoy, and I'll buy a whole console system just for that. Come to think about it, I bought my PlayStation 4 just to play Second Son, which was the Infamous series game. I love Infamous. It's Infamous games are the only games I've ever completed platinum 100%. I love those games. After that, this system has sat there and collected dust. I have a few games. I have Titanfall 2 I haven't beaten yet. I have Gravity Rush 2 I haven't beaten yet. I probably won't beat those games because I saw how they were not received, but they didn't sit well with me. Like after watching a review or two, I wasn't like interested in saying, okay, this is how it ends. I'm gonna go see if I have a different experience. Like, no, I watched it. It was cool. That's enough for me. Live streams that's the downfall sometimes of live streams, but I'm not big on that whole, oh, I gotta beat the game to feel the game. No, I'm good. If it wasn't enough for me to play it, then it's not gonna be enough for me to finish it. So I don't lose sleep over shit like that. But so like I don't have an inherent bias here. I mean, I have an inherent bias here, and I acknowledge that. But let's say my bias wasn't real. Why? Well, and why am I buying this PS5? Miles Morales. Period. Spider-Man PS4 was a game that I bought. And I bought it, played it, and that was it. I didn't wait for the DLC. I finished that story mode, and I didn't look back. I'm not a big fan. You gotta vote with your wallet. I don't support this whole DLC thing model. Give me a finished game. I paid full price. Give me a finished game. And now more than ever, especially since they're thinking about increasing the prices of these games, it's more a reason why you shouldn't be paying for DLC. Like, okay, at first you said the reason why you're doing this is because, prices haven't increased and we have to think of the publisher. You know, that's a valid reason. Video game prices haven't gone up in 15 years. So, sure. But then let me vote accordingly. And the masses voted accordingly. We all collectively said, nah, we're good. You keep your DLC. We'll beat this one-player game mode. And then you guys came out with the games with for services. Hey, get your money. But I don't have to give you my money. But basically, now y'all just straight up said, okay, gloves are off. Give us your money. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that that you guys are in it for the money, but it's just in my mind, in my eyes, it's overkill. What the hell? My mouse isn't working. Nothing is working. Cool. Critter just shut down. My bad, y'all. It crashed. Let's see who we got. We got one person on each platform. That's awesome. But yeah, if we're talking PlayStation 5, I'm gonna get the PlayStation 5. And they really botched. I think a lawsuit needs to go down because these thirsty ass. These thirsty ass gaming stores put out this information. They said that the games wouldn't go live till Friday, but I mean, within hours of the game announcement, they were already being sold pre-sale. Best Buy, Walmart, like big stores. Like, that's not fair, one, but also it's just like mucky and grimy. Like, now if you go online, these PlayStations are on are going on sale for like $1,000, $2,000. Like, people are gouging people now for it, and it's just so disgusting. But this doesn't faze people like me, because I'm not the test dummy. You guys gonna figure out everything that's wrong with that system, and then I'll come by it. And that is it for me. I'm not in a rush to be a guinea pig. I think most of the games everything will work and run fine, but there's gonna be the drift in the controllers or something like that, and then I'll go get mine. Once you guys confirm that it is good, 6 months later. The only game I'm going to want to play is the Miles Morales game. So there's no rush there for me. I can mute every spoiler that's sent to me, or I can mute things before it reaches me, which is fine. Ooh, now there's 2 of them. Which one do I do though? Hold on. Okay, let's click this one. And are we back? Back. And so yeah, there's that. I'll buy the PlayStation 5 disc version when the time's right. There's no rush for me. Absolutely no rush for me right now. But let's talk about people who want to like my honest opinion. Not like that I'm lying to you guys, but if you don't know anything about games and you got to buy one for your young one, what does that mean to you? Alright, so basically, you got to ask yourself a few questions. 1, does this young one care about being bullied? No, seriously, if you're just trying to have a console at the house for the kid who should, if they're asking you for a console, they definitely have a preference. So I would say make an effort to get that console for that kid. But in the event that let's say like it doesn't matter to you or the kid, which it never will be, always ask the kid what they want. Don't get booed by your kid. Ask them what they want. Let's say in the long run, you just need a console, right? All right. So with that being said, which one it would be best? And the console wars are drawing. Oh, there we go. Cool. We're back. It's becoming harder and harder to discern what the difference is between these games, because the graphics and specs are all within inches of each other now. It's not really a question of like, oh, is this the best game of the year? It's a question of, I'm getting this game because of this reason, and exclusives could be a reason. So let's talk about that first. Straight up, which system has the best console for exclusive? Is gonna be Sony. God of War, the GTAs, Spider-Man. They killed it, and this is how they killed it last year. And it's amazing to me that Microsoft hasn't learned this yet. You need to go out and buy studios to make you exclusive games that are fun. Video game consoles need video games to be fun. But furthermore, you have to be able to make like these games fun. Like, you need studios to do this. So just start. The specs don't matter anymore, especially now. So start putting your money into making sure that whatever game you put out there is going to be the funnest, best game possible for this console war, this console generation. And if you can't do that, politely bow the fuck out. It's amazing to me that Microsoft thinks they can just go up in here with no exclusives and win this war. And the games that are exclusive to them, like Halo and whatnot, they didn't look good. I didn't play much of Halo growing up, but it just didn't. The graphics didn't look good. I was perplexed at what I was looking at. But they put that out there like it was everything. So if you're not worried about that, then let's just talk facts, prices. If you need a new console for your kid or yourself, and you don't care about exclusives or any of that nonsense, both consoles makers are coming out with a version of the console that is cheaper. Because really what we found with Nintendo is that we don't need these super expensive consoles to run on these super expensive machines. We can run these games. Smash Brothers and whatnot can run on a toaster. So let it run on a toaster. What it's gonna end up happening is, not everyone's gonna want to play these new games, but not everyone's gonna want to play these new games in super high def. Some people are gonna be fine with the 1080p. I'm one of those people. At 120 frames per second don't mean shit to me. At some point, is this how it happened last time? Save it before it's too late. Yeah, this is how it happened. So apparently when I use my keyboard in conjunction with my pen, it messes with it. So okay. So it was good to see that in real time. But yeah, so like what I was saying back, if none of that matters and it's just about the price tag, the Xbox underpowered version is going to be your winner. Once again, it is so underpowered that it is actually less underpowered than the new version. And that's sort of a bad look, and I'll explain why. Because PlayStation also has an underpowered version, has a smaller version, a cheaper version of the game. But the only difference is it doesn't run the 8K video. It doesn't have a disc drive. So if this isn't going to be a center console, then you don't really care that it doesn't have this thing. So you'll get the all digital one. Obviously, you're going to have to buy like 4 terabyte hard drive, because these games have day one patches that will eat your memory alive. So that's a thing. And I'm pretty sure I can't wait for the first YouTube tutorial video to explain how to, take out the hard drive and put in a bigger one. That's a thing I'm going to invest in. If I had to buy one, I would buy that one and a 4 terabyte. This is what my Amazon cart would look like. It would look like me buying the $400 one, the $400 PlayStation 5 with a 4 terabyte hard drive accelerator. The Xbox weaker, the lowercase x as I should call it, is $300. A next gen console for $300, you can't beat that with a stick. With the quality of graphics that we have today, this has lasted us 8 years. I can foresee it getting better, but if it didn't, I'd be fine with it. I grew up in an era where I sort of have this weird like combination complex, because I grew up in an era where Metal Gear Solid 1 was a graphical thing. The Final Fantasy was a graphical the Second Coming. It was amazing. But now we got shit to beat that. Beat that over. So why would, like, who you trying to impress? And I don't think they're trying to impress anybody. That's the thing. They're not trying to impress anybody. That is the thing. So for me, this is now a question of like which console do I want more, and that's it. So PlayStation 5 would be it for me. So, but for you, this is my non-biased review. Like, try and give you just the facts. The Xbox 5 does have a slightly better processing, but once again, 120 frames per second. Anything past that, your eyes aren't picking that up. You're just not. To the average gamer, it means nothing. To the casuals, and if I'm not a casual, okay, then why are you buying a PlayStation? All right, why are you buying a console? Go build a PC like a real adult and get out my face. Get out my face. Shame on PlayStation for not having the games be backwards compatible, but then forcing you to buy a subscription service to be able to play them. It's just mucky. And it further states why, like, my PlayStation 4 will stay with me a little bit longer than my PlayStation 5, like, because you won't give me the opportunity to just throw this piece of junk away. You know what game I miss? Split Second. Love that game. Can't play that game because they put it on that crappy service that doesn't have great Wi-Fi, because you can't just download the game. You have to play the game online, which is trash. Just make it so I can download the game. And I don't know if they fixed this ever since, but it was so off-putting because I caught myself trying to get good at Street Fighters, and I went to play this game online, and I had pretty decent internet, and I couldn't get a Hadouken out to save my life. Quarter circle. So it was just trash all around. And I don't think I should have to suffer like this. Especially if I already got the game. Just let me play. But yeah. That was my soapbox chat. How long we been in here?